These two teams have met in the Eastern Conference Finals the last 2 years, and that's the only place they can meet in this year's playoffs. But today, they have a chance to send one more message before those playoffs. Gail Gardner has the story.
Let's get ready to rumble!
We know the minute we step on the floor that somewhere along the line in the course of the game there's going to be an altercation or some incident that sparks something on the floor.
Now look at the triple team as Sally and Rodman collapsed on Jordan, and Jordan is still down. Michael is on the floor.
If you get a couple of elbows here and a couple of punches there, you never know what might happen.
They'll try to power it up. He threw the foul. Will Purdue fouled him, and Purdue's trying to go after him.
It may not be the Hatfields and McCoys, but it is the NBA's version of a blood feud. For 3 straight seasons, the Detroit Pistons have eliminated the Chicago Bulls from the playoffs and have not done it courteously. The opening act starred Rick Mahorn, who was the centerpiece for many of the physical altercations. Mahorn may be gone, but his ghost lives on.
If I say Detroit Pistons to you, what reaction do you have?
Aggressive contest, long night, physical battle.
The cheap shot artist, with Lambeer, when you say Detroit, that's what comes to my mind.
Not very many good thoughts, that's for sure.
The rivalry has had an interesting effect on both teams. The Pistons, who in part bullied their way to the top, have now taken the high road and are downplaying the physical nature of their rivalry. They claim they win with talent, not intimidation.
I just think that we just have a mental edge over the Chicago Bulls because they're not a really deep team. They can go into their bench and the bench can come out and produce the way we can.
I don't concern myself with what they think or what they say. The only thing that I'm concerned about is our basketball team, and the only thing I think about is our basketball team.
As for the Bulls, they're tired of being physically abused and have no qualms about retaliating.
I hate to say it on television, but if I can give a guy a cheap shot in there, I'm gonna do it, if it's gonna give the Chicago Bulls the advantage.
But this rivalry is more than just team versus team, the bad boys versus the raging Bulls. It's player versus player, once Mahorn and Jordan, then Isaiah and Cartwright, and now Lambeer and Pippen, who have been involved in acrimonious playoff encounters the last 2 seasons.
Scotty, how much of a personal thing is there going on between you and Bill Lambeer?
We don't like each other. And, I see him out on the court, and I know every opportunity that he get at me that he's going to take a cheap shot. And I will let him know I'll do the same to him.
And this rivalry isn't going away. Just recently, Dennis Rodman and Bill Cartwright got into another altercation, and John Paxson suffered a concussion when he got tangled up with Isaiah Thomas. And as we head towards the playoffs, there is certainly a good chance the Pistons and Bulls will hook up again. For the Bulls in particular, their personal demons are very much alive.
From our perspective is until we show we can beat them, it won't be over for us.